sad. Liz Truss ahead of Sunak in race to Prime Minister, but Conservatives no longer favourite candidate to voters. Rishi Sunak is no longer favourite to replace Boris Johnson as Prime Minister after a new poll found Britons now favour Brexit negotiator Liz Truss. In August, a Conservative home poll found Mr Sunak was the most favoured to move from number 11 to number 10. But now, the Chancellor has dropped down the rankings in a new poll, with Ms Truss, who took on Brexit negotiations last week, surging past him. According to the new poll, Ms Truss is leading 23%, 181 votes, to Mr Sunak's 20%, 161, in the self-selected survey of Tory members. The poll, which surveyed 786 Britons, found Penny Mordaunt was third to take over from Boris Johnson with just 8% of the votes. Although Mr Sunak has dropped down in the Conservative home poll, the Chancellor is still favourite to take over in the betting market. According to a survey by Oddschecker, the Chancellor has a 32% chance of being the next leader, while Ms Truss has 17% chance. Mr Sunak's drop in popularity may come after he unveiled a free spending budget which chose to invest rather than retrench after the coronavirus pandemic battered the country last month. According to his budget, departmental spending will go up by £150 billion over the current Parliament. This is an average of 3.8% a year. Last month, Mr Sunak received 10% of votes in a poll, which surveyed 14.509 people, asking which candidate would be best to replace Mr Johnson. Mr Sunak was again beaten to the top position by Liz Truss, who received 36% of the votes. A Savanta Rees poll, which asked 1,036 UK adults on December 8, found a third of those who voted Conservatives in the 2019 general election believed Mr Johnson should step down. Just 30% of those asked thought the Prime Minister shouldn't surrender his position as UK leader. The Prime Minister has faced calls to resign from opposition parties and even members of the Conservative Party. Mr Johnson is facing increasing pressure after it was revealed there were several parties in Downing Street during the coronavirus pandemic. At the time of one of the Christmas party, London was subject to Tier 3 restrictions, which imposed a ban on social mixing between households. Number 10 initially did not say the reports were inaccurate but said all rules had been followed, before later denying any party had taken place, despite leaked footage emerging. Boris Johnson has been warned his party is set to lose more than 100 seats if he fails to curb public anger over sleaze, with 5 cabinet ministers on course for defeat at the next general election. A major new poll and constituency-by-constituency analysis shows the Conservatives' majority would be wiped out, leaving Labour the largest party in a hung parliament. Labour is on 41%, 6 points clear of the Conservatives, who are on 35%, according to the huge Survation survey of 10,000 adults carried out on behalf of campaign group 38 Degrees. This could see the Tories winning 255 seats, a net loss of 111, while Labour would return 309 seats, just 11 short of a majority, according to multi-level regression and post-stratification (MRP) analysis. Mr Johnson is one of the cabinet members projected to lose their seats in the analysis. The others on course for defeat are Environment Secretary George Eustice, Scottish Secretary Alistair Jack, Welsh Secretary Simon Hart, and COP26 President Alok Sharma. The survey revealed that older voters and those in rural areas were most likely to be concerned by the recent sleaze scandals and lockdown party allegations that have engulfed Number 10. Given that older voters are ordinarily much more likely to vote Conservative, this shows the potential for accusations of sleaze to shift votes by depriving the Conservatives of this important electoral bulwark, said Professor Christopher Hanratty of Royal Holloway University, who helped carry out the MRP analysis. Of 40 crucial red wall Tory seats in the north of England and Midlands, only 3, Dudley North, Morley, and Outwood, and Middlesbrough South and East Cleveland, are projected to be held by Mr Johnson's party. And the party faces electoral wipeout in Scotland, where the SNP is on course to win all of the Conservative Party's seats. including Scottish Tory leader Douglas Ross's Moray constituency.